Last time on Wanderlust.
I want to do a quick check on Matthew in town.
And you feel fear. Present fear. Specific fear. Not like the anxiety of the town is different. A fear of like something is going on right now. As you continue downwards, you see something clearly made in front of you. Like a hall of statues, right? It is one singular open room that goes further than your eye can see, with carved stone making up every inch of it. You hear like a blood-curdling scream echoing through this otherwise silent chamber. You see a person, not Lance, but dressed like him, running and screaming.
What is it? What's out? What's back there?
And he just goes, "Run!" And then you just see a dark figure, almost like something made of stone, leap and like tumble into him, and he just goes like rolling off behind a statue, and you just hear screaming.
Can I knock over the statue that it's hiding behind on top of it?
Oh, yes, you can. You can try.
Vinny, was Fred able to bring down the, like, laser weapon thing we had?
Yeah, so you can shoot that thing with the light cannon.
Yeah, I'll try to shoot the thing over its head.
And then a bolt of sunlight smashes a lantern above its head, and fire rains down around all of you. And Autumn, Juliet, and the guy all need to make some kind of, like, check to not get immediately caught on fire. I don't think this is a great way to introduce yourselves, but hello. One of our number who was engaged in collecting those resources, you brutally attacked for seemingly no reason, and then did a great deal of damage to this particular work of art.
I'm sorry, did you say that you were collecting resources?
Certainly.
From that person over there?
Yes. But certainly art done in bone or leather, very common. There is still the issue of the damage to the hull. Now, I believe you and your compatriots should pay for that. I have a few options of how you could offer up your own work to replace that, but it must be up to snuff. Otherwise, other payments will be necessary.
All right, Fred, let's go. What do we got?
All right, let's see what I can do.
Where we left off, you all are far down under the old ruins by Smoky Banks. You've met a small village of what I am calling stone frogs, which, to clarify, are froggy-looking creatures that have patches of stone growing out of them. Autumn met an amphibious-looking monster named Franklin. You went further down and found a hall of statues and art, and saved one of Lance's men who was being attacked by some creature made of carved stone and some kind of flesh that you lit on fire, melted into goo, and in doing so, smashed up a lot of the hall. Then a lot of these, what I'm just thinking of as like H.R. Giger-inspired Cenobites, crawled out of the statues and informed you that you had destroyed a lot of property, and now you must make amends. So, that's where we're picking up. How's everyone feeling right now? Just a little check-in. How's everyone doing?
Fabulous.
Hoping we can pull this off.
Fine. Autumn was, A Danaean goddess. Just taking that thing down with a
Danaeus
spear.
incarnate, I think is what you're looking for.
Yeah, the lightning laser didn't help either.
No, I'm saying when I rolled a +8 to stab it, and Cody's like, if you don't roll well enough, your spear's going to be broken, and I rolled a +8. Feels pretty good, you know?
Look, it was a group effort. You guys murdered a monster and broke a lot of stuff, and now yet more monsters are upset.
Yeah, so I think where we ended last time, Estelle had turned around to Fred. Do you have any ideas?
I mean, I could try to throw something together, but I don't know if I'll be able to make anything like what they have. I can sure try, though.
When you say make something like they have, this, like I said, a centaur-like creature made out of parts that should not go together walks past Estelle closer to you and goes, "Oh, are you an artist?"
More of a craftsman. But they take similar skills, I think.
Certainly. Don't make anything like you see here, otherwise, why would we want it? You must make something new, something different, something we haven't seen before. Otherwise, you can all pay your debts differently. I shall return in 1 hour. See that you don't leave. We will be watching.
Wait, does that mean we have to finish in an hour?
Of course. Of course.
Okay, well, I think that limits us quite a bit.
Or maybe let's say make reasonable progress in an hour. If I don't believe you can do it, we will simply use you in a different way.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get the chance to do that. Thank you. Okay, Fred, what do we got?
Oh, what do we got?
So, just to clarify, we have a bunch of broken... What kind of stone is it, just out of curiosity? From the broken statues? Like, usable?
You could try. I'll say you can try.
Like, metal related, or like
No,
stone?
certainly not
Okay,
metal.
definitely stone. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope, this is why I'm asking. So, we got a bunch of broken rocks from previous statues.
We have the laser,
We do have the laser.
and there are like channels of water nearby, right?
There is a channel of water running next to you, yeah.
What are those, like, are they called, like, solarium? No, that's not the right word. What are those, like, moving planet models where it shows the solar system?
It starts with an O.
Oh. I know what you're talking about.
The things with the arms.
Yeah. An I always think ossuary, and that's not it.
Orrery.
Orrery, an orrery. Yeah.
Frick, these are cool.
What if we made an orrery for them because they're, like, underground? And I feel like this has a chance of being more unique.
That's not a bad idea. And maybe with the mirrors that made up the actual, like, laser bits, we could give it some reflection.
And if Fred can have it move on time,
Can
I should be saying this in voice.
make the mechanical bits function?
What do you think, Fred? Do you think that's something that you can try and whip together in an hour or so?
I mean, an hour is quite a tight deadline, but I got maybe if we're all working together, we can speed it up.
Well, let's get to it. Lance's guy is like stabilized,
Yeah.
laying, groaning on the floor.
He's
Yeah.
unconscious. Yeah. You can try to wake him up if you want to talk to him.
Can I call Lance, actually?
Ooh.
Yes.
Hopefully he's not hiding.
He knows how to turn his walkie-talkie off if he is.
Just saying.
Lance, are you there? I take out the walkie-talkie, obviously. I'll say it quietly into the walkie-talkie, so in case he's hiding, I guess.
Yes, Autumn, I'm here.
We found one of your guys.
Is he dead?
No, we rescued him, so he seems stable, but you probably have some, like, high-tech, future-y med pack thing for him that will help more than what we can do.
Well, if he's stable and not currently being carved to pieces, I think he's in good shape, all things considered.
Are you doing okay?
No, definitely that's a no.
Anything we can do to help?
How do you feel about killing a lot of monsters?
I have a spear, you have guns. I think you are better equipped for that, but I did kill one of them.
No, Autumn. We don't have guns. We had guns.
What happened to them all?
Did you see all the monsters?
We've seen 2.
There's more than that. Sorry, I'll stop being snide. I'm having a bad day. I'm currently locked in a cage and 2 of my people have already been turned into meat puppets, so I'm not having a great time.
Do you have any description of where to find you?
Yes. Let's do this.
And he, you hear like a click and then like a beeping sound on your radio, and he goes,
It points at me.
Cool. Can I put it on vibrate so it doesn't alert monsters? Not that I know what vibrate is, because we don't have technology that would do that.
I'm gonna say from a GM standpoint, basically no. And it doesn't make a lot of noise, but it makes some.
Okay. Is there a way I can turn it off if I need to be quiet?
Yes.
How fast are they taking you guys? Like, how immediately do you need help?
I honestly don't know. I'm in a cage made out of... I don't want them to be bones, but I think they're bones.
Bones are really weak when it comes to tensile strength. So if you give them a nice kick, maybe that will work?
You hear a thump.
Maybe they're not bones.
Well, I will do what I can to find you as fast as possible, but we are also dealing with our own problems. So it might be a minute.
I hope you're not in a bone cage.
No, I think that's what happens if we fail our appointed tasks, so... See you soon!
Question, how many men did he have total?
Maybe a total of 5 besides him.
So 2 are no longer with us. 1 is with our group.
Yeah.
There's 2 others and then Lance?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 3 currently being held captive.
Yes.
Okay.
That's good. I thought there were like 10.
No, and I mean, he didn't bring, like, everyone that he knows with him, you know?
Yeah, I just thought his group was bigger. So
I thought there were like 10, and I'm like, okay, 2 isn't horrible. That's only 20% loss. It's not...
half your people. Yeah.
Grim,
Yeah.
grim that lives are only valuable as a percentage to all of you.
I didn't say that. Zach said that.
So, everybody, Lance is in a bone cage. And some of his guys have already been taken away to be meat resource, so we should probably go help them.
Do you think we could do that at the same time as helping Fred?
I don't know if we have the option to wait.
Okay, well, if you want to go up to Mr. Goat Legs over there and see if you can go find him, because he specifically warned us not to leave, maybe one of us can go figure out where he is, or 2 of us, while the rest of us are trying to figure this out. Because, let's see, otherwise we've got 6.
Can I ask something?
Yeah?
Why would we do that?
Do what?
Try to rescue Lance?
Because he's a person and matters?
Okay, let me maybe phrase that slightly differently. Why would we do that first? We might die now, it probably will, and we're gonna go try to...
I think Autumn was proposing we split, and during our appointed 1 hour, we make the thing, make the orrery, and while that's going on, some people go try to break out Lance? Is that correct, Autumn?
Yeah, like if we're being honest, I don't know what I offer to this group in an artisanal capacity. And that's not being self-deprecating, like I know my skills. If there's running, jumping, fighting, athletics, I am your girl. But like, I am decent at drawing, and Juliet's better than me. And we're not even doing drawing.
Do we maybe want to try and bargain first? Again, they specifically said not to leave.
I don't think they're going to bargain away what they consider a resource. The fact that they haven't cut us up yet is impressive, but I don't think this is really buying us time. I think this is a stalling tactic they have until they come up with some arbitrary rule to say that we're not people and can use us to make whatever monstrosity is next for them.
Okay, well, good luck sneaking around. I'm gonna help Fred. Fred, I've got a couple things in here that if we need to, like, melt it down, like, if you need to use, like, the pots or anything from my solar tablet, we've got pieces here that we can add to this.
All right, I guess let's get cracking then.
All right, who is going to try to do the Lance rescue mission?
I am!
Not me.
I'm going to take Maul with me,
Okay.
if Maul's willing to go.
Yeah, you might want to have a conversation about that.
All right. What I am going to need then... So, Juliet, you're staying behind?
Yeah, I'm helping Fred.
Okay. So, Estelle, Fred, Juliet. Basically, I think this is going to be a making aspects for Fred rolls, and then Fred using aspects rolls.
Okay.
If Maul isn't coming with me, I have something else I want to do, because Autumn's not going to go off alone.
Is Mitch, I assume Mitchell's staying with us too?
Mitchell is staying, yeah. What do you want to do besides talking to Estelle? Or talking to...
If Maul doesn't want to come with, I would take Lance's dude up to the entrance and then a little bit ways past that, so that if we have to move in a hurry, he's not just left behind unconscious somewhere.
Oh, I see. No, Maul is coming with you.
Okay.
All right, so we'll do the rolls first. The Estelle and Juliet, tell me how you're helping, and then Fred, tell me what you're doing.
I was going to use my drawing skill and like draw out a nice like blueprint plan of the solar system we're doing. I assume Julia's going to do the one that she's from, that Novathea is in, because that's the one she would know best.
Yeah.
I would say that I'm either going to use my surgical or sewing skill, because I imagine, depending on how we're doing this, I would say there's probably a lot of like threading like metal through things and trying to like very carefully, they're very delicate things, right? So which one?
I'll say sewing probably feels better than surgery.
Okay.
I got a +2.
Okay.
I also got a +2.
Cool. So I'm going to say, I'm going to give like 2 aspects of carefully planned and then also like sewing assistance, but I'm only going to give you a total of +2 to your roll on that because those were not like wildly successful and you guys have a lot of limited resources here.
Is Mitchell doing anything to help? Is he just lifting rocks?
He is not currently doing anything to help. I don't really know what he would do.
Can I suggest for Mitchell?
Mm-hmm.
I think it would not be a bad idea to have someone taking more of this gallery in, like having more of a sense of what is down here, what is being portrayed.
Oh, like other exits,
things like that.
Like scout around a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, I will have him make a roll and he will come back at some point with information.
Great.
All right. Fred, time to make your roll.
All right. So I get a +2 to invoke these aspects, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was also thinking that maybe I could use the laser cannon thing that we brought down here as like my thought process was maybe like turn down the power and use it like as a welder to help keep things together.
Oh, I like the visual of that. Yeah, I like the visual of that.
Can I invoke that we have this thing? I would be willing to spend a fate point for that since we've already used it.
Yes, I think so. Given that you're spending a fate point.
Would that be another +2 or +1?
Let's just give you a +3 to this roll because it's going to feel pretty ridiculous at some point,
Okay. I only have a +8. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow, and I rolled pretty good. That is a 10.
Dang.
Nice.
It's the best day orrery anyone's ever seen.
All right. So you start crafting this thing and you're like welding pieces together as you're hanging planets in like a perfect order and showing all these complex moons. And, you have maybe some gears left over for making that flying machine on the level above and start working through making this machine. Well, Juliet's kind of giving you some plans and Estelle is like sewing together maybe like spheres to make these little planets that can go on this thing. And as you work, you start being like pretty proud of this thing that you're making in spite of yourself. It's like, you're in a dire situation, but you do kind of get in a zone of building something pretty cool, and it's hard to that does feel good as you're doing it. And the more you work, the more you like look around and see like, oh, like this could fit really nicely here. Like the light from this other room could hit it just right. It would like cast shadows that would look kind of dramatic as it spins. And you could kind of imagine like maybe some additional things that you could add to it where like, oh, there's maybe some like you have one of these things, but having maybe a few of them could give a sense of what galaxies and solar systems spinning around could look like. And you could kind of maybe even do some weird like artsy thing where you like make a zoomed out version of it that looks like like electrons going around a nucleus or something like that. You know, you start like getting really in your head with it as you're working. But yeah, you have like that moment of distraction as you're like
flow is what it's called, right?
Yeah,
Flow,
yeah, where you're just like very much in it and imagining this is a finished product. Well, he's working, Juliet, Mitchell kind of comes up to you and taps you on the shoulder.
Yes? What's going on?
I don't, it's awkward to bring up, but I am unsure if I necessarily think freeing Lance is maybe the best choice for us, for a variety of reasons.
Are you suggesting we leave him down here to be slowly tortured and pulled apart?
Turned into horrible meat puppets? Kind of, yes. What I'm saying is, first of all, as much as I have a lot of confidence in Autumn and her ability to, like, free people, and frankly, as much as I have a lot of confidence in Maul and her ability to cause trouble, I question how much we want to establish that Lance is our responsibility.
I guess I don't think that we're not his parents, but I think insofar as he is a human in distress and his people are humans in distress and we are in a position to remedy that, then I think that's our responsibility. Look, I don't particularly like him, but I think that the worst option here is to leave somebody to be tortured. I don't really care who it is. I think that's the wrong call.
I just mean maybe there is a point at which we have to acknowledge that someone is beyond saving. Like, not everyone is our personal responsibility to come down here and save. If that makes sense.
I understand that if the door irrevocably closes behind us and he's on the other side of it and we don't have a way to, as we're like leaving here, then, some decisions are made for you, but I don't think we've exhausted all our options at this point.
I don't necessarily either. I think I'm just nervous having him around.
Oh, definitely. For sure. 100%.
Like, I guess let me maybe try to clarify what I mean. I feel like our lives are getting significantly more dangerous as we go, and we both have people that we care about, and I feel like Lance is putting those people in danger, like, not necessarily intentionally right at this moment, but, like, I'm fond of Autumn, and I understand she's going to try to save everyone all the time, and I know you're fond of Maul, even though she is infuriating, but I don't know, at some point this feels like a bad deal, if that makes sense.
I don't want to be the person who leaves people to get taken apart.
I get that. I do. But anyways.
And I already killed him once. Why do it again,
Yeah. Yeah, I think, well, that kind of is what I'm talking about a little bit, but, whatever. I get it. It feels bad. I just don't know if this makes sense, I guess.
I understand that there's a point where it can't be helped, right? Like, I don't want to throw everything into the void if we have to, but I don't think we're at that point yet.
It's fair. I don't know. Just feels like we're stacking danger on top of danger. And
I think that happened as soon as we got teleported to a different planet.
That is very true. It's very true, and I don't like it. Estelle, as you are watching Fred work, I'm trying to think, kind of what do you spend this time doing aside from helping with the kind of planets and sewing and stuff like that?
I think as much as she can, she's keeping an eye on these other beings. Because there's definitely more than 2 out there, and I think she is keeping track of all the ones that she can see. And I think she's probably the most aware of the time limit.
So as Fred works and you're kind of sitting out there looking, and you're kind of also realizing how long Autumn and Maul have been gone, you start seeing figures kind of flitting between statues, crawling up on top of them at times, bobbing nearer and nearer to you like dozens of these things. The creatures that you see are all vaguely humanoid, but wrong. They all have, like, either stone grafted to them, bodies fully replaced, missing limbs, additional limbs. All of them, in some ways, aesthetically are beautiful, but haunting, wrong, and, like, stomach-twisting to look at as this group, like I said, very Cenobite here, right? Like, body horror, self-mutilation to modification kind of like weirdness, as things that have clearly considered themselves to be a canvas are skulking up to you and watching Fred work as he feverishly makes this statue. The one, like the goat-legged centaur, walks up as the hour is basically over and is looking at Fred, who is still working. Oh my. You're doing quite well here.
Yes, I think Fred is doing a wonderful job. I think it's coming together really nicely.
I was not speaking to you. You clearly have little to offer here, but you, my dear sir, seemingly have quite a lot to offer.
I mean, I did. It wasn't just me. We all worked on it together.
Nonsense. I've been watching. Assistants are not artists. They're gophers or people that mix your paints, not the one with some kind of vision. That's clearly you. And I wonder, is this place not beautiful to you?
It definitely is beautiful.
Well, I thank you for saying it. Now, I'm not foolish. I imagine you find what you see around you distasteful. You can be honest.
I don't think that would be the word I'd use.
Well, what word would you use? We're all friends here. I'm not going to kill you after you've made us such a wonderful display.
What is the word I would use?
The word that I would use in real life is something between and fuck.
I'm working it through in my head. I have an idea of what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to figure out how blunt Fred would be about it.
You can roll a check to see how blunt you feel like you should be about it.
Yeah, I have a rapport skill. That's kind of what this is for.
Yeah. I'll let you roll a rapport skill to see what the vibe is here, actually.
Where is that? There it is. Oh, it's actually one of my better skills that I've never used. That is a 4.
A good artist loves a critic.
Well, it seems to me that you don't seem to value what I would consider life. Like the other guy that was here. You just killed him without a thought. And I kind of like staying alive. I like it when my friends and family stay alive.
I think you misunderstand me, and I would say you all also killed someone that lives down here without much of a thought. You didn't consider the value that he brought to us. What if he was essential for all of us to live? He could have been, and you still killed him. Now, granted, he was doing something that I imagine you consider to be distasteful, but are you not a guest here? Or are you to decide what's distasteful for all of us? Well, maybe you feel that that is your right to make that choice for us. So, let me offer this. I bear you no ill will, and I can promise that so long as you don't cause damage to me or mine, I will have no reason to harm you. So, I say again, is not this place beautiful? Because I feel that you could add a lot of value to this place.
Yeah, I guess point's taken there that we did in fact kill one of yours. We thought we were in danger, and we thought that we needed to save the one of ours that was being attacked. But if you say we're safe here, we don't have any reason to fight you if you're not attacking us. So I think that we can put that behind us.
Excellent. So now we have a small matter to address. What are all of you doing here? We call us our debts even. Now that you've given us this lovely piece of work, I just have a question left. Why are you here in the first place?
Do you know much about a giant snake?
Ooh, of course. Do you know much about a giant snake?
Just that it seems to live down here and might be affecting things above. But I'm sure you know more.
Definitely. Why not come with me? I can show you a beautiful piece of art that might be elucidating.
I feel like it also might be dangerous to us.
No, I've already said, so long as you do not make any more aggressive acts against me or mine, you are in no danger. And neither, of course, is the man that wandered off by himself to investigate further. And neither, of course, are your two friends who wandered off to, I think, find a person locked in a cage. So long as you do not behave aggressively.
I'm not saying you would do something to us, just maybe the giant snake would.
He does not live with us.
Right, which would mean that he would not be apprised of anything, that you made a deal with us.
Sorry. He is unsafe to be around for me. I do not wish to endanger myself.
Oh, so what are you proposing to show us?
A piece of art. A story.
Like the inside of a cage?
No, I feel like you think I'm being nefarious, suspicious, and threatening. I'm not. This is just how I talk. I don't know why you all seem so uncomfortable. And when she blinks, like, eyelids close the wrong way, and then another set of eyes open on her face.
That does the thing that you see in, like, monster movies where the eyes, when they blink, they close one at a time in a weird pattern.
Yeah, very much that.
Just watching another human get carved up has me on edge.
He was not so clever as this one here, and not so useful to us. You've nothing to be worried about.
Juliet looks back at the rest of the group like, is this our move? Are we going on?
Azal kind of shrugs at Juliet. Okay, yeah, let's see your art.
As you start walking through this, like, hall of statue and art and displays, this goat-walking Cenobite centaur just starts, like, pointing out every piece of work and describing it to you, its meanings, its history, who made it, everything about it, as you guys walk off. Meanwhile, Maul and Autumn kicking over to you two. You're walking your way through this beautifully lit by these multicolored, like, chemically luminous lanterns through, you know, what is essentially a massive art museum of creepy, weird art towards what you think is a dude locked in a cage made of bones. How's Autumn feeling in this moment?
Well, first I want to say that she grabbed the gun from Lance's comrade.
Oh, clever. Yeah.
And gave it to Maul.
All right.
I mean, well, Maul probably has more experience with, future weapons than Autumn does.
Not a bad idea, honestly. Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all.
It's not like Autumn doesn't want to get her hands dirty. She just speared a guy. It's more giving people the things that suit their talents.
Yeah.
Autumn's not feeling great about this. This is creepy, and she saw somebody being carved up, and that doesn't put you in a good mindset.
As you walk, Maul kind of hesitates for a minute. So did you just volunteer because you didn't feel like you could paint and you felt like you had to do something?
Now you sound like my sister.
It's a valid question.
No, I volunteered because I can't stomach the idea of leaving Lance to be carved up like that.
I don't think I love the idea of it either, as much as there is like a poetic justice to it for me.
Yeah, I thought you might enjoy that part of it, and I get that.
No, I don't know that I would say that I enjoy it so much as, I just want to know what we do when we get there. Like, do we just break him out and run, or what do we do next?
I didn't think that far ahead yet, because I forgot we kind of have to go deeper in here. But if we can get him and run and go deeper down and find what we're looking for, that might be the best option.
Well, I hope we're successful.
What do you usually do after a prison break? This seems more your territory than mine.
Oh, I can't. I run after those, typically, and for a long time what that would mean is me running into the forest and coming out in another world. And I think I'm pretty sure Juliet would break up with me if I did that, so not my main goal, but
to be fair, you wouldn't know if she broke up with you, so you could just keep going.
I think I would know, like, after I didn't see her for, like, I honestly, like, have lost track of how old I am, so I don't particularly want to, like, find out how long it would take for her to forget about me. What are we gonna do about Smoky Banks, though? Like, assuming we get him out, we go deeper, we find some answer, what?
Actually, I do have a thought. What if we get him out, but, like, then just sneak him away? Like, if they don't see him and he's just gone, and they don't see us break him out, we're fine, right?
That's assuming no one's watching us right now, so yeah, I guess.
Can I look around to see if anyone's watching? Like, do we see anyone?
Do you want to use your danger sense?
Perception, but yeah.
No, I mean, are you spending a fate point to use your danger sense?
I don't want to use a fate point yet, because I don't have a lot left, because someone doesn't give me them for role-playing enough. I'm going to save Lance, risking life and limb, and I don't get a point for that for some reason.
Maybe because I forgot. It's possibly because I forgot. You can roll a perception check, though. Yeah, I was just asking if you... Yeah, you can do it either way. It's just one will be the answer to the other,
I got a 0.
You don't notice anything?
Neat, we're completely safe. That's what that means. Oh, no, sorry, I got a 1.
You don't notice anything?
We're completely safe, everybody. I'm in no danger. Well, I think we have to convince them to be willing to adapt and change, is I think what we have to do, right?
Maybe. I guess. Yes, I think that... Here's what I'm concerned about, I think. Whatever's down here, we opened up a path to it. You understand? Like, these things were trapped down here, and now they're not.
I'm hoping that we get Smoky Banks out of here before that becomes a problem.
And like, Franklin was trapped, but he might not be anymore. Did you tell her about Franklin? I can't... Oh, yeah, because you gave him the gun, right?
Yeah.
And, like, Franklin was also trapped and then might not be. And the way leading up is open now because of Lance blowing holes and all this stuff. Do you kind of see what I'm getting at here? Whatever's down here is going to be, like, in Smoky Banks as quickly as we can be in Smoky Banks.
Yeah. These weird monstrosities on this level seem pretty bad.
Maybe. I guess Fred might convince him, but
Something that uses human flesh as a medium is not something I want to be a friend of.
I don't disagree with you. I very much agree with you. I'm just trying to be a little bit fair in my views of things because previously maybe ease with which I handle cruelty has like been a negative force in my life, and I'm trying to get better.
Oh, no, you're doing great. But I'm not sure what we do about Smoky Banks. Like, I think it kind of depends on what we find down here, if we find an answer or something. But I also don't know if these things are going to want to come to the surface. Realistically speaking.
Yeah,
I'm not saying we take no precautions and hope for the best, but I think part of their affliction is being down here. They all seem to be people who failed to change with the wilds. So I think our options are less they're going to come in and swarm the city and harvest us, and more we're going to end up down here with them, and then they harvest us.
Yeah, maybe. As you get closer to like every time you like flip on the radio, there's like a couple of beeps, then you flip it off and it goes quiet. You flip it on, there's a couple of beeps. Eventually you come to a clearing in the statues, and almost looking like it's grown out of the stone floor, you see a cage that does in fact look like bones, if maybe they had been like eroded by water running over them in a perfect way to make a stone cage. And in that you see Lance and 3, I think is what we decided, of his, or 2?
2.
Lance and like 2 of the other people that were with him they're all like laying there kind of weak and disheveled. Some of them have clearly been like beaten up, and but yeah, they're just in this stone cage.
You mean bone cage? Or is it
bone cage? Yeah. Stone bone cage. A stone bone cage.
Do I see anyone around?
No, not right now.
Now I'd like to pop a fate point for danger sense.
I will say at the moment, you do not feel any danger.
All right, I stealthily walk up to the door.
Nothing stops you.
Is there is there a way to unlock the door?
Not that you see.
Lance, how is this locked?
When you say that, he goes, I don't know, I woke up in here.
You're supposed to be the technological genius here, buddy.
I use technology. I'm not a genius of geology. Sorry, that's not my strong suit.
Is it using magnets? Is it automated? Come on, buddy, work with me here.
Let me see. Let me get out my magnet detector. And he just like looks around and goes, it's not made of magnets. I don't know. What do you want from me?
You seem very snippy with someone who is trying to rescue you.
That's fair. I'm sorry. I've had a bad day, all right? Now, if you could be quick...
I mean, you just don't have to take it out on me.
Okay, cool. Can we stop talking and you start freeing me? How about that?
Is there anything it looks like I can use to open... Like, is there any lock or anything on it?
This looks like it was grown around them.
Is the floor stone?
Is the floor stone?
Yep.
And the bones are lashed together with stone?
Mm-hmm. Totally smooth. All perfectly, like, beautifully smooth stone going up into, like I said, a carving that almost looks like it's made by eroding water. As if this was a solid block of stone that had this shape cut out of it.
Does Lance have anything on him still? Or no? Or is he, like, completely stripped?
No, he'd still have his stuff with him. Except not guns, I guess. They specifically took weapons from him.
Do you have anything that can cut through stone in there, Lance? Like...
Are you kidding?
You know, I figured I didn't know how bad your concussion was, and you're not Mr. Science. You just told me.
No, I don't have a key to the door. No, I do not have that. No.
Well, I didn't know if there was something that you needed applied from the outside, buddy.
No, I don't. No, I don't have that.
Like no drill, no nothing?
No, I don't have a diamond cutting wheel. Autumn, no, I don't have that with me right now. No.
I'm sorry, I'm a little freaked out. I got to see one of your guys get cut up. He was just gone for you.
I don't know which one's actually worse. I saw it doesn't matter. This isn't a competition. Can you please get me out of here?
Molly, got any ideas?
We could smash it.
I guess that's our only option, and they're not gonna like that. Alright, I guess we smash it, but how?
When you say that, you hear a voice behind you. I feel like you learned already what happens if you damage our installations of art.
We have to replace it.
Oh, she's far too kind. I don't believe you'd be able to make something satisfactory to me. So the challenge is simple.
Y'all keep saying that. Like you've cornered the market on art.
I rather believe we have, yes.
It's literally not how art works.
How would you know or decide how sculpted beauty works?
How would you know or decide?
Do you have a great deal? Oh, years of effort, blood, tears, pain. The challenge of skill is how I've decided. The judgment of others.
See, that's interesting, but new ideas come about.
Sure, they do. Have one. Or die. Figure out how to free your friend without damaging my work of art.
Well, since you grew it out, you crafted it out of the floor, that makes it not easy.
I don't make cells to be broken.
What do I have in my pack? I have, like, nothing that can cut through stone.
I mean, cutting through stone would definitely constitute damaging it.
Look at your chat.
I'm playing the game! Why are you sending me private chats? Are the chemical lights around? Caitlin wants to know.
There are chemical lights around.
Can I get one of them?
You can, yes. What would you like to do with it?
How are these chemical lights made? Do I have to smash them to get at the chemicals in front of them?
Yeah, probably you could open them, probably, like, they are open.
Could I do that and see if it does anything to the stone, like, not the cage stone, the stone in front of it?
Oh, like, see if you can, like, wear a pit with it?
Yeah. I know it's a long shot before I break this.
I don't hate the idea. I'm trying to decide.
What if I have a zippy bop where I can shock it and start a chemical reaction with that?
The zippy bop returns.
It's not the worst idea I've ever heard. Let me put it...
Like, what if it makes thermites? What if it makes thermite? We don't know how they're powering this. I also have no idea how thermite works.
What's thermite?
I also don't know how thermite works.
Is that stuff when you see people, like, burning holes through, like, solid steel? That's thermite.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. How about this? Either, there's two options here. One is this works and you can melt the stone around the cage, right? That's a success case. A failure case is you splash corrosive stuff all over this cage and this person behind you will take it very personally.
What skill am I using to do this?
What skills do you got?
Nothing good. I got a skill if I do make him mad. I do have a skill that would work better for that.
What is your skill that makes him mad?
No, I meant, like, if he's mad at me, I have a way to get out of it better than doing this.
Oh, what skill is that?
Empathy. I can relate to him.
I would say that the empathetic thing is this is something that someone put a lot of work into, that they believe is more valuable than the life it contains.
How do you plan on getting him out of here when you want to do more with him?
No. This is the installation. It is about decay. He is meant to decay inside.
Alright, so if I took them out of there, you'd just take it personally either way then.
I rather like the challenge. If you can get around what I have made without damaging what I have made, I will say that is fair. He is, after all, alive and has a will of his own. And if what I've built cannot contain him, then I must accept that.
But why? What's the point of this cage? This seems I mean, you're right. I am not a sculpture expert. But for a masterwork, this seems kind of like a cheap parlor trick.
Are you trying to BS him into opening the cage for you?
Or being okay with it. I'm working there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm not ready for the roll yet. I'm getting there.
All right.
Let me get there.
I see what you're trying to do. I'm not saying no, but it's a roll.
Oh, I figured it would be a roll, but let me get there. Like, I don't think this is master craftsmanship. I think this is, you were the first to find a resource. You were the first one to discover gold, and you gold-plated a table.
That's a cage, not a table, and that cage is perfect. And I would thank you to remember that you're a guest here.
Yeah, but any true artist can take critique. Are you not a true artist? Can you not handle critique of your work?
I understand what you're trying to do, and it will not work, but fine, we will play your game. Give me your true critique. Now you have to make a roll.
Can I use empathy?
Yeah, actually, you can use empathy. I'll give you empathy.
That's a 6.
You know what? Okay, give him your real critique of this. And I want to say, this is a beautifully sculpted thing that, like, as you look at it, it feels like a rib cage enclosing life decaying. Like, it is steeped in imagery. It's dramatic and striking, this cage of living bone wrapped around these 3 people huddled in it in an attempt for safety, but still in so much danger. Frail, but guarded by something so strong. So you can give some kind of critique of the art.
Cody, it's the most beautiful art you've ever seen. Critique it. So, I don't want to be trite about this, because the cage itself and the symbology is there. It is beautiful. The idea of something decaying within itself is an interesting and, if not unique, a very perfectly executed idea. But here's where it falls short for me. Like, for being, like, your magnum opus. It's only gonna last 10 days until they die? And then they'll decay, yeah, for a little bit, but then your art will be meaningless again. It will be an empty cage. And, beyond that, do you think these look like perfect specimens in any way? You do not craft these to be beautiful images of life succumbing to decay. They're just normal dudes.
After you say that, you look at this man standing behind you, and he himself looks almost like he is melting wax that is hardened and solidified. He looks slick and wet, his body distended and melting, his fingertips almost dragging the ground, his face like twice as long as it hangs and melts, but is then frozen. I must find a way to petrify bone rapidly, to truly encapsulate what I wish with this art. I believe you are correct. And he, like, gently brushes his hand down the cage, the stone melting. Fine. They are free to go for now, but when I learn how to rapidly petrify bone, I will need someone to fill the cage. You may leave.
All right, we head out of there, I guess.
You head out of there, and when you, like, look back, you see him standing over it, gently, like, tracing in and pouring a solidifying, like, liquid out of his fingertips and starting to build, like, a petrified skeleton, and him mumbling to himself, "How best to preserve the flesh?" as you walk away.
Lance, do you have more charges to cave this back in?
I'm sure I could get more charges, but I do not have more charges with me, no.
That seems like an immediate concern, because these things do not respect anything. Except...
They respect art, I think.
Well, what they call art. I mean, honestly, like, well-crafted, but a little trite. You know, like a person decaying inside a rib cage. I mean, come on. Like, what is this?
I'm not going to argue with you on this. I don't want to decay inside of a rib cage, so no, I agree with you.
This feels like, like baby's first lesson in imagery,
As you say that, we kick back over to the remainder of the party. We're being led into... okay, so yeah, you guys are getting led through this hall of statues until you kind of reach the heart of it, where the river pours down and creates like a giant moat around one central statue. A beam of light coming down from the ceiling, hitting the center of it, and you can see kind of like passing into a cavity in it. This statue that you see in front of you is terrifying. It depicts a massive, like, chitinous, stony worm spiraling out of the ground around a perfectly rendered town that you would be able to recognize, like, structures of the ruins that have been outside of Smoky Banks with it. This chitinous worm that's encircling it, its body made of interlocking plates, its mouth open with, like, massive fangs around it, like, circling up around it and then delving back down further deep into the ground, right? Like, you can see, like, the body spiraling up, back down, and then, like, into the earth is probably where, like, the statue stops. And yeah, like I said, this is the only thing lit by natural sunlight that passed through the fountain above, and then now down to here. This is our history. This is how we came to be here. This is our great lord who did everything he could to keep us safe.
You mean the giant worm?
I mean the giant worm.
Where is your great lord now?
Oh, delving ever deeper, spiraling down to the very heart of this passage.
What is he looking for?
He's looking for safety, which is a lie. We all know it. As soon as you break the surface, as soon as you leave these tunnels that he made for us, we are all doomed to death. Some of us, like those that live above, are content to fester and eat the rotting slime left on stones, but those of us that live a little deeper are content to make something greater than ourselves. Our lives became a mockery, buried far underneath our old home in this stone, so we choose to create something better. That's what we value. That's the gift he gave us when he trapped us down here.
So you want continual growth, just creating more and more and more?
I don't believe growth. It's a foul word in my mouth. It reminds me of flowers blooming, of leaves reaching for sunlight. It reminds me of a foul air. I find every tree grown by random chance, born out of chaos and rot and madness and violence, an affront. If I had my way, I would cut every one of them down, mill them into logs, stack them perfectly, and burn them. I don't want growth. I would like to be able to express myself without the influence of inferior things insisting on distracting me. Do you love the sound of a bird singing?
I would say yes.
Certainly. I despise it. It is a mockery of the beauty of song that we could make. And every time it vibrates the air, it is a distraction from what we could be hearing that we make ourselves.
So you're interested in replicating yourselves?
If I could, sure. I'm interested in expressing myself. I am interested in those expressions and little else. Now, I do have a question. Why are you here? I assume it was not to offer us a new installation, beautiful although it was. Why come all the way down here?
We're a long way from home, and we're trying to find our way back. And we wanted to see the possible roads into the future.
I know of two. You can stay on the surface. You can give yourself over to the chance and the uncertainty and the foulness that comes with every blooming plant and creeping beast that lives above us. Or you can hide. You can dig deep. You can build high walls, and you can block it out. Those are the only two roads.
All right. Thank you for your hospitality. Does anybody else have questions? Things they would like to see?
Can I ask, if you're so resistant to the change and growth that happens up on the surface, I'm so curious why you insist on changing yourself.
I believe it's because it is my choice, not a choice foisted on me. I once lived in a different place. I'm assuming like all of you once lived in a different place, right? You came from somewhere else and have found yourselves here. I don't just mean down here in my cavern. I mean different world. Crops dying, people starving, people going missing, maybe ones that you loved dying. Those were all things that happened to me. This I get to choose happening. It is how I choose to change myself, instead of how the world around me chose to, decided to change me, or I don't even know if decide is the right word. I think that's why I hate it so much. Maybe that's the right way to put it. I don't think a bird decides to sing, which is why I despise it so deeply.
I can understand that. I just have one other question. Are we the first ones that you have seen come down here, or have there been other similar situations where the worlds have changed?
Our path up was caved in by our protector, and she gestures up with 7 fingers up at this spiraling worm. He saw fit to put us down here, and he saw fit to keep us down here. Maybe that was a good choice. We did not get along well with all others. We started valuing things differently. Maybe a good choice, maybe a bad choice. So no, you are the first visitors that we have had, but I assume you're walking a path much like ours. A civilization lost, fell off into the void, found yourself someplace new, trapped forever, in the eternal danger of a world that no longer saw fit to be hospitable to you. I assume. That's your life now, so you get to decide what you do with it.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what we're trying to figure out, is what to do with it. So, thank you. Is he this way?
Oh, you want to meet him?
I think we might have to.
As you say that, you hear a crunch, and you look high up in the sky, you look high up towards where that shaft of light was coming through the roof of the cave, shining down into the village of stone, or like the stone frogs, through their like one main statue, and then down further to here. You like hear a crunch, and a giant piece of rock falls from the ceiling and smashes into this statue, followed by water gently pouring down from their fountain up above and splashing down over this ruined statue.
Never mind, we might have more pressing problems.
She looks at the ruined statue, looks up. That was, I believe, our most valuable and first piece of art. I imagine things are changing. I think you're going to meet him whether you like it or not. Thanks for listening to this episode of Wanderlust. Music for this show is credited down below. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Links in the description. Now bear in mind, in the wilds, some wander to get lost, and some wander to find themselves.